Hey guys, welcome back to another video on Michigan Sports Talk here. In this one we're going to be going over what Michigan and Michigan State coaches and players have all been saying this week leading up to the Michigan vs. Michigan State rivalry game. Some heated comments from players, what Jim Harbaugh has to say about his team going into Michigan State, and how the loss last year has motivated this Michigan team to really beat Michigan State on Saturday. It's all going to be in this video, so if you guys are new around here, make sure you guys go ahead, hit that subscribe button, leave a like for more, and let's go ahead and get right into today's video. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with the first couple things that was said earlier this week. So obviously 2 weeks here, we had the bye week and then game week. So it's been 2 weeks for both Michigan and Michigan State. There's been some things said. And the first thing we'll talk about is what Donovan Edwards said to the media. He said, "This year we have an edge on those guys. Coach Harbaugh is 0-2 against Mel Tucker. We want to bring Paul back to Michigan, and we're going to do whatever it takes." Then he said, "We're going to win," and he said, "We are going to leave them no mercy kind of deal." And he finished it with, "That's what we want to do. We want to bring Paul back." Obviously talking about the rivalry trophy, Paul Bunyan. Roman Wilson was also talking with the media. He said, "We know we are the better team. We've just got to go out there and prove it. We just can't let crap happen." And just talking about last year, how they let stuff happen, and I said, "We know we can play better." Then JJ McCarthy also said that, "All I gotta say it's gonna be pretty quick because we want Paul back. We want him back. They're coming to our house. I don't know if it's gonna be under the lights, but it might be. And yeah, we are ready for that one. We are going to be turning the page really quick." Now he said that almost after the Penn State game. Obviously, it is going to be a night game now. So that's what some Michigan players were saying. Let's go ahead and talk about what some Michigan State players were saying. We'll start off here with Michigan State linebacker Jacoby Windman. He said, "What I've been really hearing from the guys is that it's a real intense game. It's going to have a lot of people out there talking." He said, "You got to feed off that energy. That's something I also look forward to, is feeding off that energy, feed off the negativity that they are bringing our way. We don't do too much talking, but when we get on the field, we'll let our pads talk." He also said that we look forward to quieting the crowd down. So things have been said. He also said that Mel Tucker gave the Michigan State team a history lesson on the rivalry and how Michigan and the university wanted to keep Michigan State out of the Big Ten, and now they're using that as motivation. Now this is Windman's first game against Michigan. He transferred from UNLV. For those wondering, he has been a very good player or defensive player for them. So it's safe to say that both Michigan, Michigan State, they both have their motivation leading up to this game. Obviously for Michigan, the really main thing is that they lost last year in a very close game, and they really want to win this game. I mean, players, coaches, even the fans are really excited for this Saturday because obviously Michigan seems like they have the edge, 7-0, number 4. Michigan State has had a rough year, and it's feeling like they should put up a good win against Michigan State. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about what Jim Harbaugh had to say leading up to the game. He said, "Our guys really want to win this. I'm not going to lie. I really want to win this." And he said everyone on our team would tell you the same exact thing. Again, just looking back at last year, the whole team, using that game as motivation. But I tell you what, if there's one guy who wants to beat Michigan State the most, it is Jim Harbaugh right now, because he is 0-2 against Mel Tucker, and I know that loss last year did not sit well with him. He also talked about the defense and pass rush. He said it's always improving. He said guys are flying to the ball, and we really have emphasized that, which we've obviously seen time and time again this season. So many players on the defensive side have been flying to the ball. Players' speed defensively has seem like it's improved to this year. We lost some talent from Aiden Hutchinson, David Ojabo, but we have what seems like a lot more players making plays this year, which has definitely been huge. I think the best thing to that is it keeps the offensive line guessing on who to, focus in on block. He also confirmed that Eric All will not be back this season. Obviously, he got surgery, and so he will officially be done for this season. And then this is unrelated to Michigan State, but he did take a shot at James Franklin. James Franklin was complaining about Michigan's, just one tunnel that they have, and he was questioned about that, and he responded saying, "I got bigger fish to fry," saying that he doesn't have time for James Franklin's whining. So safe to say, Jim Harbaugh, James Franklin, I don't think they like each other, but let's just be real. James Franklin, he was just salty after losing to Michigan as bad as they did. And then Blake Coram was also meeting with the media. He talked with them and talked about how last year was a tough loss and how he hasn't even beaten Michigan State yet here at Michigan. I mean, you gotta keep that in mind. Some of these players on this Michigan team hasn't even beaten Michigan State yet. Blake Coram is one of them. He's a junior. Michigan lost to them in 2020, which was his freshman year, and they lost to them last year, which was his sophomore year. So that just gives him even more motivation to wanting to beat them. And he just said that, "I just want to win. That can be my bulletin board material." And I said, "I don't need them to say anything to get me hyped up. I'm just ready to win." He was also asked about if the team was, overconfident going into the Michigan State game, and he responded with, we treat every game like it's a championship game." And I really like the response of that he gave. And he also said that we know they are going to give us their best game. Then he followed that up with how he can't wait for Saturday to come. So it's safe to say Blake Corum's ready to go. Jim Harbaugh is ready to go. Really, the whole Michigan team is just ready to go. And then Cornelius Johnson also met up. He didn't really say too much, but one thing that stood out to me is he said, "We want one thing, and that's to bring Paul back home." So there's been some talk here. There's been heat going on here, and we are finally almost here. That was a good time to bring up and mention my pregame preview video that I made for the Michigan State game. If you guys have not watched that, make sure you guys go ahead and watch that, as it covers everything you guys need to know heading into the game, going over season stats, series history, and just giving my analysis of both teams heading in to this game. But yeah, that's everything that's been said. It's going to be a very, very interesting game. It's a rivalry for a reason. In-state championship should be a fun one. And last thing I will say, Cornelius Johnson also said that this game isn't going to be won by talking on social media. So these players, coaches, everybody, understands, they have to go out and perform. They can't just be talking and everything. They gotta go out, prove they're the better team, and hopefully we witnessed a beatdown on Michigan State this Saturday. It's revenge time, and I can't wait. Should be a fun one. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of these comments. How hype are you guys for this game? And it's been a long 2 weeks leading up to it, but we're almost there, guys. But if you have anything to say, leave them down below in the comment section down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, leave a like, and subscribe for more if you are new. I really appreciate it. And other than that, hope you all have a great rest of your day. We will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.